Maryland delegate, that's state rep, Glen, and joined by legislative aide Aaron Jones. They are introducing legislation, 3 bills to stop TSA groping, a bill that would force TSA to privatize screening at airports, and a bill that would allow Marylanders to opt out of the smart meter program, which tracks everybody. They're trying to put them in houses and charge homeowners for them and now admit they're going to control what you use and track you. I mean, remember 5 years ago we were conspiracy theorists. All right, I'm ranting. But they're taking action, and it's through the states saying no. The feds may declare there's no state power. That's because they're tyrants taken over by a corporate takeover. We've got to have the police, the military, the state reps just be Americans. I mean, you're looking at pure tyranny in your face. Be an American. Just be a decent person. It's not hard. I know they say you're radical if you're just a decent American. But we're the good guys. We're not the bad guys. And the good news is military and police are waking up, and so are the states. Maryland delegate Glen is on. Glen, I know I'm ranting here, but, I mean, do you agree that these are crazy times we're entering right now?
Yes, it is. Very crazy times.
All right, well, you guys got the floor. Tell us about your piece of 3 pieces of legislation that could be a bellwether, a chain reaction, a domino effect across the country, and break it down for us.
Okay, just real quick, I'm here. I represent the great state of Maryland. The old line state. It's a wonderful state, and we just want to keep it that way. And I'm honored to talk to you, Alex. I started listening to you over the summer, and almost every night I look at the videos and listen to you, and I've learned a lot. So I just want to say I'm honored to talk to you.
Well, God bless you, sir. We're honored to have you.
And thanks for fighting. Real fast, we have 4 TSA bills.
4, okay.
4 anti-TSA bills. And I'm here with, he's not my legislative aide, he works for another delegate, Aaron Jones. He's actually on the same line, so he's listening right now. And we also have a smart meter opt-out bill. And just real fast, I mean, there's people all over the state of Maryland, they don't like the smart meters, and I would like to put in a bill to make them illegal, but I have to get through what I can get through right now.
And what they really are is spy meters. Big brother meters, anti-American meters. Awesome, exactly. Get what you can get now so people can opt out. That'll fry their program right there. Please continue.
Yeah, so anyway, it's just a simple opt-out bill. It gives people the right to opt out of smart meters. I even called the different utility companies around here, and they said, well, I talked to one lady, then I talked to their boss, and then another boss, and they said, well, you have to have these put in your house. There's nothing you can do about it. And then I didn't let them know I was a delegate at that time. And then they came into my office, and they said, well, what we're going to do is, it's going to save you money, but you're going to be forced to have these smart meters in your house, and you're going to have to pay for it. And what they're going to do is they're going to raise the rates to make people pay for it. And I have a problem with that, and smart meters. So anyway, it's just a simple opt-out bill, and that's what we're doing. And people all over the state of Maryland are sick and tired of it, and they don't want these smart meters.
Yeah, all this tyranny is incredibly unpopular. I've seen polls of like 97% in California don't want the smart meters, but they cram them down their throat. They didn't ask us, and I'm so busy I didn't fight it. They threw one on our building a year ago, and I'm in a leased building. I don't have any choice. We didn't have the money to buy a building this size. And I'm over here in an industrial area. Tell us about the TSA legislation. Anytime Aaron Jones, who's helped craft some of this legislation, wants to pop in, just jump in, Aaron.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll speak on one bill quickly, and then he can jump in and talk about a more detailed bill. Yes, sir. The first one I want to talk about is HB 1106. And it's prohibiting a public servant from conducting a specific inappropriate search of a minor without probable cause that the minor is concealing contraband or a weapon or without the consent of the parent or guardian of the minor, establishing penalties for a violation of the act. So basically it prohibits the inappropriate search of minors. That's just one bill that addresses that one issue.
And by the way, that law is already on the books in most states. That's why at these courthouses with the scanners, they won't put people under 18 through them. The TSA is already breaking a bunch of laws.
Absolutely. So we didn't want to, we wanted to kind of split it up a little bit and just hoping and praying that we can get something through. And we got an AG opinion down here, and we are also, they said that we may be able to force the TSA to privatize in the airports. So
and the difference is that's not perfect, but it'll bring in competition so that they just aren't one big arrogant block that can do whatever they want.
Yes, sir. So that's the two bills, and Aaron's on the phone, and maybe he can talk to you a little bit about the other bill that's more detailed.
Sure, very exciting. Aaron, tell us about some of the work you're doing there in the legislature.
Hi, Alex. Yeah, it's an honor to be on your show as well. And
Thank you.
I've been listening to you for a few years. I want to say that, getting this broadcast out really making a difference because, you woke me up. I helped with the Tea Party movement back in 2009. And then from there, I learned about the FEMA camps and everything else, and that's what's fueling me. I'm just like you. You got to do something about this, and that's why I'm out here. So, talk quickly about the main TSA bill that we have, the main anti-TSA bill. It's appropriately 1111, HB 1111, and essentially what that does, and again, as Delegate Glass had mentioned, we have the AG opinion. It takes the TSA out of the Maryland airport. It's kind of similar to what we've seen previously in other states with legislation that had, anti-TSA legislation. In fact, it was modeled after David Simpson's bill. So essentially, what we're doing is we want to go back to the original way that security was handled before, Homeland Security, the 2001 Authorization Act, and all that stuff. We need to put it back into the hands of private security, which is handled by the airport. So this bill takes it out. We have another bill, HB 1245, as Delegate Glass had alluded to. We put the security force back in there, and then, as we are also saying, we have contingency bills. So we have the main bill here, kick the TSA out. That doesn't make it. We got three other bills which segment this bill. We handle children. We say minors can't be searched. We have another bill which privatizes the airport, and then we have another bill which says that the TSA would have to be, at the very least, would have to be trained by the state of Maryland. They have to learn the Constitution. They have to learn the exact same procedures that, say, a Maryland state trooper would have to.
Because they're in your state, and what's beautiful is even though this stuff didn't pass Texas, it almost did. It puts out the story, the moral authority. It exposes what they're doing, and just resisting gains momentum and exposes what they're doing. You guys are doing an incredible job. This is so exciting.
Thank you for saying so, Alex. Yeah. Thank you. And then also, if I could quickly just add to, as you said earlier before you introduced us, we do have anti-NDAA legislation in as well. I have a different delegate working on that. It's Delegate McDermott, and he's from northeastern Maryland. And
wow, this is breaking news. I knew about Utah and a few other states. I didn't know about Maryland. This is This is breaking news. So we're going to have legislation to block the NDAA. Stay there. Incredible, gentlemen. One more quick segment. I know you've got to get back to work, but we're going to come back in a few minutes and break that down, and then tell folks where they can go to find the legislation that's been introduced so we can show it to other state legislatures around the country. We have the moral authority. We're in the right. We're saying no to these usurpers. We'll be right back with Maryland Delegate Glen Glass, joined by Legislative Aide Aaron Jones. Stay with us. Yeah, they got Breitbart, all right. They may get all of us that are prominent, but they're not going to get the idea. They're going to be defeated. Ideas are bulletproof. And there's more people waking up every day coming to the defense of this republic and the free world. The fight for freedom is going on here in America. Let's go back to Maryland Delegate Glen Glass and also legislative aide for another member of the State House who's helping get these bills crafted, Aaron. Glen, wow, Aaron, you just brought up NDAA. I knew some others. I didn't know that bill's about to come out. Tell us about that, please.
Yeah, actually, I'd like to throw it back to Delegate Glass right now. He's got a committee hearing that he's got to run to. So
sure, finish your point then, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Hey, Alex, this is Delegate Glass, Glen Glass again. I have to split. Head down to the committee hearing. I have two bills. But real fast, yes, Delegate McDermott introduced the bill, and he's a great fighter here in Maryland, and hopefully he can call him one day. He's amazing. But, yeah, we don't want the military to use their troops on Maryland citizens. I was in the Army, and it would break my heart to see that happen. So we're going to do whatever we can to stop that from happening with this bill. And Aaron's just going to talk a little bit more about that. But I have to go. I just wanted to say thank you so much. Maryland is a free state, and we're fighting to keep it free. And I appreciate you and everything that you're doing. And
thank you, sir. God bless you. Amazing. Everybody's got to get behind your legislation. Thank you so much. We'll find out those numbers. We'll talk to you soon. I definitely want to get him on for like maybe the Sunday show, and he's not in session that way. Now, going back to Aaron. Aaron, you've got the floor for the 3 or 4 minutes we've got left. How do we get behind this legislation nationwide so it passes and then duplicates?
Yeah, actually, and I want to talk on that for a minute, too. Now, recently, Utah has just gotten out, and they actually used a very similar version of the House Joint Resolution that we put out. So I know it's definitely getting out there. You can go to, actually, Rhode Island Liberty Coalition. That's where I got the idea for some of the parts of the House Joint that I put together. This stuff can be found on www.riliberty.com, and this bill was put in conjunction with the 10th Amendment Center as well, and they're doing great work over there.
So it shows the power of people putting out ideas that's being picked up by legislatures.
Oh, absolutely. I know a number of delegates that go on to the 10th Amendment Center. They look and see what the issues are. And then, of course, there's staff like me that comes out, and says, hey, these are big issues. They're very important. I mean, I can't think of anything more important going on right now other than maintaining our posse comitatus, maintaining, our right to habeas corpus. Those are just fundamental rights that we've had for 800 years in a Western civilization. And to see those things being undermined by Congress is appalling. I don't know what to say.
Well, I'll say this. It's bad, but it's been a big wake-up call. And Texas almost unanimously passed the bill out of the House to stop the TSA groping, which is already illegal. Police can't do that. And it got killed when the feds threatened a blockade of air travel. Well, right. Let them bring the blockade. I mean, force their hand. And there's going to be a state that ends up standing up, and it may be Maryland, it may be Utah. How do we get behind this legislation? What's its chances right now of passing?
Well, they haven't even given us a bill hearing yet. Now, the bill hearing is set. Since it's a House Joint Resolution, it goes through a committee we have here in the state legislature called the House Rules and Nominations Committee, and they hear all the House Joint Resolutions, and a lot of times they'll do them all on the same day. But we have one of the few House Joint Resolutions that has not been scheduled a hearing yet. So what we really need is just an outcry, nationwide. Hey, Maryland, let's defend this. Let's get you guys a bill hearing. Let's have this heard. Let it have its day.
So the leadership's trying to keep it from coming to the floor.
It seems that way, because everything else has been scheduled a hearing, and we have one of the few House Joint Resolutions that does not have a hearing yet. So we need this to go viral. We need people to start talking up about Maryland and getting this out there.
And they need to get, obviously, contact the Legislative Affairs Committee chairman?
Yeah. Or you could just contact, any delegate. There's a number of delegates that are on that committee. A lot of them are also on the Appropriations Committee. So we can
look, Glenn, I want to get you back up, you and the representative, the delegate, in the next few weeks. Aaron, thank you. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank Glenn for coming on.
Absolutely.
And we'll talk to you soon. God bless.
Sounds good. Bye.
Very exciting. That was Maryland Delegate Glen Glass. We were just talking with Legislative Aide Aaron Jones. Listeners of this show, waking up, taking action, defending the Republic. Absolutely wonderful. We'll be back with your calls and